And we welcome those of you who have watched the Cardinals clinch the National League East this afternoon at Busch Stadium with their win over the Cubs. We're in the bottom of the ninth here in Arlington. Oda B. McDowell leading off. The Rangers have 3 outs to try and catch the Angels. If they do it, it'll set off a celebration in Kansas City. If they don't, California's still alive, and Dick Howser will call on Brett Saberhagen to try and clinch it tonight as the Royals host the A's.
Donnie Moore trying to save the win for Candelaria, who was the starter, who left. He had a little elbow problem. Reggie Jackson hit a 2-run home run in the first, to Sensei in the 6th.
McDowell gets a hold of one. Back goes Darryl Miller, and on the warning track, he's got it in the shadows.
Well, as Bob Boone said before the ball game started, yes, we need a miracle. We can't control what happens in Kansas City tonight. We go 1 pitch, 1 inning, 1 game at a time. Where would they be without this guy catching 149 ball games today?
At age 37. Curtis Wilkerson to Sensei creeping in anticipation of a bunt.
And a similar thing can be said about Donnie Moore. He has saved 30 ball games. That was a weak spot over the past few years for the Angels. Look out.
The tying run will come to the plate.
Now, Tollison was in the on-deck circle, but Bobby Valentine wants a power hitter up there, and he's got a good low ball hitter, and that looks like Bobby Jones, who played Japanese baseball. He's a pull hitter, basically, and Valentine wants to give him 1 shot to tie it up.
It's the 8th base hit for Texas. The Angels, if you're just joining us, have only 4.
Texas had some chances throughout this ball game. They've stranded 9 base runners through 8 innings. Valen checking what players he has left in case he wants to make some more moves.
Again, for those of you who have just joined us, Gene Mauch's team has lost 8 of their last 12, and that's why they're hanging by a thread in the American League West, included in that stretch, losing 3 out of 4 at Kansas City earlier this week. Even though the Rangers have lost 97 games this year, they've played well of late, winners of 10 of their last 14, including a 6-0 victory over the Angels, a crippling defeat here last night. Bobby Jones has hit 2 pinch hit homers this year. Ball 1. Jones is 35 years old. As you said, Tony, he's played in Japan. He's made a number of minor league stops. The only major league team he's ever played with is the Rangers. Wilkerson at first with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th.
With that added speed that Gene Mauch put in the outfield, they've moved back close to the warning track at all 3 positions. White in left, Pettis in center, Miller in right. Run at first doesn't mean a whole lot. You want to prevent the extra base hit over your head. Somebody can get in scoring position.
Count goes to 2-1. Again, for those just joining us, Devon White is in left field for Brian Downing, and Darryl Miller in right field for Reggie Jackson in the late going. Jackson and DeCinces have homers to account for the Angel runs. Foul back 2-2. Jackson's was a 2-run shot to the opposite field in the top half of the first following a Carew walk, and DeCinces had a solo homer, a long one to left, in the 6th. Jackson's homer was his 27th. DeCinces his 20th. The 2-2 pitch. Full count. You've mentioned that Bobby Valentine has been very daring in terms of starting runners. Would you start Wilkerson here and try and stay out of a double play?
I wouldn't, but Bobby Valentine's tried it a few other times. He's had a strikeout and throwout when he was 2 runs down. He's starting him.
He goes, and Bobby Jones drives one to left. And in comes White for the catch. Back goes Wilkerson.
Number 4, catcher Don Slaught.
Donnie Moore tried everything, even that 3-2 pitch, to keep it away from the power of Bobby Jones. Now, Slaught is asked to see the baseball changed by Ted Hendry, the home plate umpire. Donnie Moore started experimenting with that split-fingered fastball, which has really made him effective, especially the left-handed hitters. Gave him that extra pitch when he was a teammate of Bruce Suter's. Really got it going last year at Atlanta.
Trying for his 31st save. Don Slaught at the plate now has hit 8 home runs. If the score holds up, Candelaria will be 7-3 in an Angel uniform. Matt Williams, the starter and loser for Texas, will be 2-1 since coming to them from the Toronto organization.
Of course, if the lead stands up here, it puts just that little extra ounce of pressure on the Kansas City Royals playing tonight. They sure are in good position.
They've clinched a tie, and they need but one more victory or an Angel loss to sew it up. If, however, Oakland can beat Kansas City twice and the Angels can win today and tomorrow, a one-game playoff Monday in Kansas City. Did he hold up? He did. No, he didn't. Delayed call, and they say he went 1-2. Dick Remigan down at first.
I don't like that call. I didn't think he went far enough at all. There's the appeal down to first. Remigan pops the arm up.
Slaught has to step out now and regain his composure. He's come close often. Never quite to the summit. In 24 years as a major league manager, and one of the best. 1-2 pitch. The Angels are going to win this one. Schofield back, Pettis in. It's Pettis. They'll make the Royals work for it. A big smile from Mauch. A 3-game losing streak is ended. And impassive Donnie Moore records his 31st save. They know it's out of their hands now. They're Oakland rooters. We'll be back.
And this is Len Berman. At Shea Stadium in New York this afternoon, this was the moment of the Cardinal clinching. A standing ovation from the fans, but on the bench, the dejection as Dwight Gooden and the Mets this season came close, but oh so far. Back to